Welcome in to another edition of the On the Mic podcast. I am Mike Pendleton, and it's been way too long since I talked to this next guest of mine who will be fighting this weekend. And really, I don't know if I've ever gone as crazy as I did during his last fight. And I was like trying to break out a new contract. I tried calling Dana White, like, can I hire him for personal security? Look what he does to people's ears. He's the one and only Max Griffin. Sir, how are you?
I'm great, bro. How are you?
I'm good. First and foremost, congrats. You know, you became a father not too long ago. So I was reading some stuff, and it just sounds like Max Griffin, like you'll take on anybody and everybody right now.
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. My new son, my little baby. I mean, I have a 9-year-old, but he's like a teenager. But yeah, my new little baby, man. I'm so protective. I feel like a Papa Bear defending my young, you know. And I'm ready to fight a bear.
What does that do for you going into the fight? Like, obviously, I know it probably intensifies training, and we'll talk about the mental coach you have. But when you step into the cage come fight night, like, what is having that little cub, you know, waiting for you back home? What does that do for you when you step inside the cage?
Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I know right now, I feel like tearing shit up, like, no fear. I'm just so aggressive and dominant and just focused, man. It's a whole nother, like, almost another, like, consciousness, like, level of, like, it's scary, bro.
I'm going to add to the fear of others because, you know, since COVID and all that, like, I've been trying to get my family more into fights. So I'll go over to my uncle's house, start watching fights ever since I moved back to Chicago. And, like, your fight came on, and I had him watching. And, like, he's one of those, like, you know, armchair quarterbacks where he's like, oh, well, look at the record. Like, I don't know if this guy's going to be any good. And then, you know, you did what you did in your last fight. And he was like, holy shit, like, I'm never going based off record again. And, like, I feel like, all due respect, like, that's part of your story. Like, people look at the paper and they go, he'll just be, like, middle of the card guy. We don't really know if we can trust him long term. But, like, now you add this extra motivation of being a Papa Bear again. And knowing that you have to prove, not that you have to prove people wrong, but it would be nice to just add that on top. Like, I feel like I'm talking to the best version of Max Griffin right now.
Totally. No, I mean, I get asked about all the time. And if someone, like, yeah, like, there's interview guys that say, oh, you fucking, you know, he's lost 3 out of 4, different shit, 3 out of 5, or you could frame anything how you want, you know. But if people really know, like half more than half these fights have really won. Like, right. They were splits. The Thiago Alves fight, I mean, Cowboy Oliveira split decisions. It won, so it's not like I'm getting whooped. I mean, I only lost to Kobe Covington and actually got beat, but everyone else, bro, so close. Alex Morono fight, he just kicked me in the head, so he had 35 seconds to glory. The whole other time I've whooped his fucking ass. So it's like, right. these fights, you look at his record, like, oh yeah, there's a lot of red on there. But bro, I put it all together against this last fight against Ramiz, and I fucking smoked him. If you watch the fight and just all the way around, bro, the footwork, the hands, the kicks, fucking just everything, bro. And then the cherry on. I mean, he was flushing down that drain, and then for me to just lop his ear off his fucking head at the end was it was in the record books for the most gruesome UFC injury, and it's viral, and it kind of just, and I had a good time. So for me, it's like, you had a good time, and look what you did.
Right.
So now it's like, hey, let's have more fun. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to you know, be on the main card on ESPN. They actually wanted me to fight on March 6th, which was Adesanya card this last couple weeks ago. They wanted me to fight on that, but I had to turn that date down because my son was coming. So it just shows what they think of me. You know what I mean? They wanted to be on that card. It's hot. It's fucking what it is. And I turned it down, but they said, hey, we said we do like the opponent. I mean, yeah, you know, I don't like the opponent, but I do like the opponent. And as far as that. But, you know, can we? I like the matchup. I'll put it like that.
Right.
Like the matchup. Can I fight him earlier? Can I fight him later? And they said, no, you can't fight him earlier. So I said, okay. They said, how about March 20th? So I accept March 20th, and I'm on the fucking main card on ESPN, like real ESPN. So it's
Right.
like, you know, I could have probably got buried in that March 6th card because there was so much action, so much news about it. This card a little bit lighter, so I could definitely shine and get this fucking bonus, bro.
Well, I'm selfishly excited that you took March 20th because when your birthday falls on Wednesday, you don't really want to look back at last weekend and you want to look forward towards next weekend. So it's like, I'm like, damn, like, and it's ESPN. So I don't have to find a spot that shows ESPN Plus or anything. I just walk in Saturday night, please put on ESPN. Everybody leave me the hell alone. And like, I'm going to go crazy. So I'm selfishly excited. But to that, everything you just mentioned, I want to go back to a guy who you were like, yeah, he beat me. Colby Covington. Does it annoy you, piss you off, like kind of just bother you? You see, okay, he had to change his whole persona to get to where he is. And yes, he's won inside the cage, but like it's becoming so much of an act these days. You're like, man, if I would have just beat him in that fight, things could be a lot differently at this point.
I don't care, bro. No, it's I don't give a fuck. I'm happy for people, bro. Like, I have no hate in my heart, bro. I did pretty good against him. I mean, if you watch it, I drop him, you know, I stun him, I almost submit him. Like, if my jiu-jitsu, if my mind was right, I would have, you know, I could have beat him. I mean, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but there's a time where he had me on side and he was susceptible for the Kimura, and we did and flipped him over. I had a full-on blow-on Kimura, but I didn't put my leg over. It was just little mistakes. I could have, you know, ripped his arm off. So it's like these little things, and he's like number 2, and I did well. After me, he waxed everybody, and he didn't wax me. You know what I mean? So it's like right. It shows like, hey, my first fight was him. So I've had a tough UFC road, and I like when people I fight do well. Darren Stewart was on the other day, or the whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
Talking about how he hates how Kevin Holland's successful. Like, you're saying that on a fucking interview? Like, you sound stupid, bro. Like, I'm jealous of him. Like who says that? Like, right. I'm jealous of his success. You know what I mean? To me, right. That's like a hater, bro. Like, be happy. Be happy. You thought you beat him. Good. He's fucking beat Jock. He beat all these 5-6 guys in a row. That makes you look good. Right? I think it does. This guy that I almost beat has been slaughtering everybody. Did he slaughter you? No. So how about give him some love? And you know, you get when you put better energy out there, you get better results, bro.
100%. I'll use a personal comparison. I just got out of a relationship and she moved on to someone new very quickly, and I was like, good luck. Best of luck. I'm not even mad. Yeah. You can keep everything I gave you. It's all good. I don't even know. I'm going to take you off social media. It's not a you thing. It's a me thing. Good luck to you. And ever since then, like, I've been focused on this podcast, and like she's doing her thing. Good for you. Like, so I feel you, man. It's like,
yeah,
I need to talk to people like you so I can remove my own hate. Like, I still have a little.
There's no point. Don't let anyone rent free space in your head, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let them. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it, bro.
No, you're absolutely right. And I wanted to talk to you about that because I've been very open on this show for years. And even before I was doing MMA, about how mental health is super important to me. Kind of been open about my own struggles. And you've got a mental coach now. And you said in your last fight, like, you were having fun. And you kind of said in an interview with UFC.com, like, I wasn't always having fun in there. I was trying to be mean and angry. And like, once you got with your coach, that kind of changed things. Like, is that the biggest difference you've made in your career?
I suppose. I think so. I mean, I've had different mental coaches in the past, which have been good, and they've all helped me. Like, I've had probably 3 or 4 in my career, and they've all helped me at certain times when I needed that certain thing. When I got beat by Kobe, like, my mind was fucked up. Like, I came back home, like in the fight, I was like out of my body, bro. I remember like seeing myself like at the end, bro. It was like a bird's eye view, bro. Like, it was like a dream. It was weird. I got home, like, am I in UFC? Like, I'm in my apartment, like, did that just happen? I'm looking at my gloves, like, it was like I was like crazy, bro. Like, it was such a dream, but I'm like, am I ready for this? Like, I'm like, I was thinking I was 12-1 when I got signed, or something like that, or 12-2 or something like that. So I was like, I don't be losing, and fucking, I never got beat before. I've lost like barely, like fuck. I've had like 50 fights, lost like 3 times, and those times I lost was like a split. You know what I mean? I've never been like beat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, it was like, is a UFC fucking a whole nother level? But like that mental coach, you know, Dr. Bregman had me focused. Like, hey, you weren't focused. You're trying to take pictures. You're paying attention to Bruce Buffer. Like, you're looking at, I mean, that was the Conor McGregor Diaz 2 card. So like, I'm like, take a picture. Not like my homie. Like, I'm taking pictures with Rumble Johnson. I'm like, take a picture. Like, it was a dream for me to be around these guys. You know what I mean? So you need a different mental coach in certain times, and you know, they got me being focused. And then my next fight, I mean, I had to wash a plate for fucking like 3 weeks. Wash a plate and just think about the plate. And your mind will go, bro. Your mind will go in a dinner, it will go in a girl, it'll go to anything. But you got to keep like bringing your mind back. And then I fought in Mexico City and knocked the guy out in fucking 45 seconds. So it's like, okay, I am in the UFC and I am good enough. So that was like my first mother's coach. I had another one, Grant Parr, was really good about visualization and really walking through everything, and real great guy. But I got this new guy, Danny Patterson, which is, dude, he looked at all my fights and was like, dude, you're your best when you're being authentic, and you being authentic is having fun. I mean, the real me is fucking telling jokes. I'm the meme king, bro. I'm having a good time. I'm fucking being cool. I'm cool as fuck. So when I'm not all fucking mean and shit in real life. So hey, fight like that. So I went in there to having fun. I'm in the UFC. I get paid a lot of money to fucking work out and do what the fuck I want. Like, I buy whatever I want. I fucking eat whatever I want. I do whatever I want, bro. It's fucking a good life. Like, why am I all fucking pissed when I go fight, right? Really, like, on some real shit. And then I started having fun training. Like, even though it's serious, like, I'm training, like, I'm in the UFC. Like, why am I mad? Like, and that's with anything you do. You can't be pissed off doing fucking really anything. Unless you're, like, hitting the weights. If you're hitting the weights, cool. But anything else, anything you try to do, bro. If you're pissed, like, you slows your body down, you're tight, you're not flowing. And dude, I think the proof is in the pudding, bro. This last fight, I genuinely had fun. Walking out, talking to even on weigh-ins and like this photos. We do photos like every time. I mean, if you get like new tattoos or different shit, you have to do a photo shoot. They try to not do photo shoots, but if you have new tattoos, they ask you have a new tattoo. Okay, well, because they gotta have updates. So I had my photo shoot, and I got on the little whatever, the fucking paper thing you stand on, and I'm all like mean mug. I'm like, my coach is like laughing in the back, shaking his knees, dancing and shit. Made me laugh. I'm like, why am I being so serious? It was like automatic, bro. Like, cross your arms and be all mean. I'm like I felt like the adrenaline, like, of that, and I'm like, relax, bro. Like, you're taking pictures. Like, the UFC's taking pictures of you. Like, fuck yeah. Like, just have fun. And once I did that, like, my adrenaline went away. I enjoyed myself, and I had a good time. Same thing, like, with the fight. Like, I was like, fuck, the fight's gonna be like this too. So backstage, even warming up, I felt all cool. And then they're like, dude, you're on deck. And then I fucking got all mean again, you know? I'm like, I didn't want that, right? I don't want that. The whole goal of all this was to enjoy it. So I'm like, enjoy it. Like, I'm feeling like that now, just talking about it. And fucking, you know, I enjoyed it, went out, walked out, enjoyed the talking to the like cut man and shit. He's like, what's up, Max? I'm like, what's cracking, man? He's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. Mouthpiece, check. You know, it wasn't like, you know,
right? Like, check my shit. I'm ready to go. Right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was cool. Cause they fuck with me, you know. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do it. I'm gonna fuck this fool up, you know. And I went in there and like smiled, and I was feeling myself, bro. And it fucking handled itself, bro. I mean, even in the corners, like, I'm drinking water. It's like, Max, we need more volume. I'm like, give me some water. Like, all right. I felt so nonchalant. It wasn't like, no. It wasn't all crazy. It was like regular, you know?
Yeah.
And then I started piecing him up, and every time I hit him, he got more bloody. Fucking boom, 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 boom. He was getting uglier and uglier and uglier. Mouth, hematoma, fucking. You know, they said, fucking put the volume on this guy. Just put it on him, you know? And I did, and then this shit was over. Next thing I knew, I'm looking at, I zap him with a right, then I fucking go after him. And then he's wanting to give up, dude. I could feel it. And then if I didn't chop his ear off, he would have been done in probably about 20 seconds after that. I mean, he was fucking out of it. And luckily he chopped his ear off. And
luckily.
Well, you know, I look at it like it's memorable. You know, say I would have just finished him. Would you rather finish the guy
or chop his ear off?
Or be the culprit of chopping the guy's ear off? It's never been done before and being viral. And, you know, I'm happy how it went. Like, I'm glad it fucking got chopped off. I mean, what the fuck ever. Better me than him. Or better than me, you know? Straight up. Like, real shit. So, I mean, I wish him the best, but he was talking shit before, how he's going to come in there and submit me and all this. You know, fuck that. I'm not one of these guys, bro. And, yeah, man, here we are now.
when I see that and that final ending fight sequence is playing out, the one thing that goes to my mind, like, man, I know I could talk to Max about this one day, and here's that day. Like, do you know in that moment, like, his ears, like, it's hurt, like, one shot, it could probably be chopped off? Like, did you know in that moment, or was it just a direct effect?
I didn't know. I know my corners calling me a toe and elbow earlier, like in the second round, and I wanted to throw that elbow, and they're like, break, like, disengage. I had fucking head pressure on him. He just felt so weak, like he was just like 100% gassed, like beat the shit, you know, like fuck that, I'm gonna fuck this fool up, and then had like a little gentle overhook and bam, and then I'm head pressuring again. He's trying to get away. And then I just seen it, bro. Like, I didn't know. I just like had head control and then just peeled back and I seen it. Like, whoa. Oh my God. I think I said, oh my God. And I stopped like fighting. Like, and he stopped too. He's like what? You know? He was like, what? It was great, bro. And then the ref, Mark Smith, was like, hey, fucking, it's over.
Right.
That shit was over, bro. I knew it was over. I seen it fucking. I'm out of here, bro. It felt good to get the fucking. It felt good, bro. I feel like I've been like trying too hard. Like, just so much pressure, honestly. There's so much pressure to perform. And I've been in these close fights, bro, where I've lost. Like, so many fights that I thought I won, and fucking everyone thought I won, and then I lose. And when, you know, you think you won, and your opponent got his head down, and then they fucking, you know, I've been in numerous fights like that. It's like, fuck, man. It's just a fucking killer, bro. It kills you. It's like, fuck, man. So for me, I mean, there's a lot of pressure. Especially like you said, I have lost like 2 in a row, but they're splits, you know, where fucking it should have been a draw, like the Moreno fight. Dude, he kicked me in the head 10-8. Okay, but I beat him the first and third round. I had like 5 takedowns on him in the third round and just fucking treat him like a little baby. And then I lose, like, and I won the first. Like, it should have been a draw. If anything, It should have been a draw. 100%. Like, so it's like, then I lose. I'm like, how do you win the first round? He ran the whole time and I outstruck him. It's like, what? So these circumstances happen to me, bro. So it puts a lot of pressure on you, you know? Like, you can't, even if I lost, like, I look good, but I still lost, right? So it's like, he lost 2 in a row. It's like, what if you lose 3 in a row? But I really didn't lose 2 in a row. You know what I mean? So it's like a stressful thing, but his last fight, bro, fuck all that. It's time to just have fun. You're one of the best in the world, and I know what I could do. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. When I'm happy and shit, I'm a fucking destroyer. So I started doing it in the gym. my training, with my grappling and my sparring and all my shit, having fun, fucking, and like it started slowing down, bro. Like I'm like piecing these guys up and like just it's great. Right? So like I'm training like this and I'm doing better than when I'm all tight, right? I'm like, I'm seeing it like, fuck, I'm sparring this guy better. I did better on this guy. Took him down. I didn't take him down last time, but I'm having fun. I took him down twice. So now it's like my coach was right, you know, my mental coach was right. So when I go into the fight and I perform like this, and and to me, like it was like slow motion in there, bro. It was like slow. So when I went home and went to the hotel and watched it after, dude, it was so fast and clean and sharp. I was like, dude, fuck, I look good. Like, it was like, that's me? Holy fuck, really? I'm watching it like, to me, it was slow-mo. It was like slow, you know, it was slow. Then I watched it, I'm like, fuck, my footwork, like Dominic Cruz and John Anderson, like, fuck. Dominic Cruz, like Max's footwork, and he's Mr. Footwork. He's like Max's foot, some of the best in UFC right now. Oh my god, like his distance, Trevor Whitman, oh my Max fucking, he's stepping over, and all these like accolades and this just you know they weren't lying. You know what I mean? But Trevor Whitman saying, yeah, Max is doing exactly the right thing. He looks so crisp and sharp. To hear it from these high-level guys that are world champions, to me, it's like, fuck yeah, like I'm on the right track, you know? So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's great.
Fighting in this empty arenas now, I feel like not only has it kind of put a bigger focus on what is actually happening inside the cage and not listening to what the crowd. So, you know, as a guy who's been in so many close fights, you know, people get swayed on their opinion based on what they're hearing from the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So I think now from a technical side, because it's 8 people, you know, in the arena when you're fighting, you know, fans and viewers are able to actually watch and hopefully learn the sport a lot better. But I also think that's bringing bigger eyes to mistakes by referees, and even more importantly, mistakes by judges, which you had experience with fans. So what is your answer? Like, what is your solution? How can we fix? Does it need to be retraining? Does it need to be better training? Like, how can these judges start to get it together? Because I mean, I don't know everything about Max Griffin, but I know this applies to you and to thousands of fighters worldwide. When a split decision doesn't go your way, it affects your entire life, whether it's for a month or for an hour. You're not walking away with a second paycheck. You got to go home and deal with that on an emotional and mental side. It may now alter how long you get back into the cage. Like, it changes everything because one person doesn't know how to add up scores and doesn't know what they're watching.
There needs to be accountability, you know. I was in Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app. I'm on there a little bit, but they were talking about it yesterday. How the scoring and, you know, how do you feel about open scoring, like where they tell people in between the rounds, like, hey, you're down or you're up. And someone got on there and asked me if I wanted to do, or if I was interested in taking judges training. Fuck judges training. I don't need to know. I know what the judges want. You know what I mean? I know they want, you know, damage, cage control, strike count, takedowns, like control, like there's aggression, like it's fucking basic, bro. It's they just don't they don't fucking, like, some people don't pay attention, and you know, like say there was a fight and the guy strikes for even, you know, but one guy took the other guy down 4 times in that round. That guy should win that round. Even if they did the same amount of damage to each other, they should count for something, you know. And get like, judges are the ones fucking up. So I don't think I need to take a fighter judge class. Like, yeah, they were asking me. I'm like, I know what they want. It's they don't fucking know. You know, maybe they need to be retrained. Maybe they need more judges. You know, I think maybe they need more judges.
Yeah, I agree. Because I'll say on the
7 judges.
Yeah,
you know,
I know on the regional level a few years ago, and I mean, we're talking like low level regional here in Chicago, but I was at a fight event and like knew one of the judges personally, like very closely. And one of the fights, and again, this may be it may have been an amateur card anyways, but he scored a round that was clearly a 10-9, a 10-8. So now we're all done with the fight card and like we're all hanging out. It's myself and some of the judges and the broadcasters. And I just look over and we're drinking. I'm like, dude, a 10-8? Like a 10-8? Like, you've been doing this for how long? You know, and like, not to protect judges, but at some point, maybe if it's not 7 judges a night, how about we get more names in there? How many times do you hear the same 3 names for all your fights? They
Adelaide,
might, right. Well, I'm going to always stick to what Joe Rogan said about Adelaide Byrd. She's a nice lady. That's it. That's it. I've had to say that about ex-girlfriends without saying anything else. I just say she's a nice lady, and I leave it at that. But in all seriousness, you can't have the same 3 people judging. You know, people are giving shit to the broadcasters now these days, saying that 15 fights or 13 fights is too much. And sometimes they're stumbling over each other and Rogan's messing up a name or this or that. And it's like, well, if you're calling that out on the broadcast, what the hell do you think is happening with judges if they're there all night? What do you think is happening?
They're tired. I lost a fight, bro. I think it's when I was in West Coast Fighting Championship. It's like 10 years ago. Maybe not that long ago. Maybe like 8 years ago. But it's before I went to Ultimate Fighter. Like a week, I was going to go to Ultimate Fighter, and it was a week before. Like I was defending my title, and I had my fight scheduled, like whatever day. But like literally the weekend before, like I flew out like Wednesday. My fight was on Saturday, so I had like 4 days difference. I went in the fight and I almost put out the fight. Like, hey, if I get hurt, then I can't be an Ultimate Fighter. If I get cut, I can't be an Ultimate Fighter. So I was like, you know what? I'll leave in God's hands. If I get hurt, it wasn't meant to be. I'm still gonna fight. Fuck that. I'm gonna fight. I'm a man of my word. I sold fucking hella tickets. I was like, I'm gonna fight. So I fought, beat the guy, and he won. They gave it to that guy. He had his hands down, head down, staring at the ground. The whole crowd's Max Payne, Max Payne, Max Payne, and they called it for him. You know, I mean, this been happening for my whole life, bro. It was like, what? The whole crowd's booing, and he's like, oh, I won, shit. I mean, like literally, like you could tell when someone lost, bro. Like their body language.
Yeah.
He was both hands down, like, fuck, you know. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you know. And he won. And the fucking fat fucking judge was eating M&M's the whole time. He was eating M&M's the whole time, bro. He was eating peanut M&M's the whole time. My coach, he didn't even look watching the fight. It was in Sacramento. It was like Yuba City. He wasn't even watching the fight, bro. And he called it for the other guy, you know, in the split, and he won. Like it's so it just goes to show. And I mean, there's been fights out here. We were talking about it, like is there judge biasness?
Yeah.
There was a fight out here. I probably won't say the name or who, but they fought in Sacramento, and Sacramento UFC card. He got beat. He's from Sac. He got beat though. He got beat. Like he got beat, bro. And then he won. He won. Like everyone's like he got beat. Like it was no like question. Like a fucking 100%. You know what I mean? Like you see a fight, oh he won. Like it wasn't even like close. No, it's like you wouldn't even think like anything different. And the judges were from Sac. You know, I've known all the judges and all the commission and everything. I've known them for 15 years. And you know, so did he. And he won. They gave him the fight. It was like reverse, like, you know, it was some bullshit. He's my boy too. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Like he's the homie. And like I was like, that nigga lost. Like I felt some type of way. Like he lost. Like I just give him the fight. Like it wasn't right. So be accountability. Judges need to be suspended and cut and have their shit revoked, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They're playing with people's livelihoods, their money, you know, their records, like, you know, like you may really not lose like 2 fights, but then you lose a third, you're out. So you're like,
right, exactly.
What if they would have gave me those 2 fights? I'd be fucking, you know.
Yep.
So.
Yep. No,
like I could have easily been 5-1, and I'm, you know, I was 2-4 to start my UFC career, 2-3 or whatever. It's like I could, if you would have gave me those fights that I won, I'd be 5-1. So
right,
it's up to a judge, you know.
And when you become an intense viewer like me, because I have the privilege of talking to certain fighters, building relationships with certain fighters, but also I'm just a fan on fight night. Like, I'm just a fan. I watched Adesanya Blachowicz. Here's my problem. I like both guys, but like, I've had a chance to talk to Izzy, not on the show, but just in private. And it's like, all right, well, I kind of want to see him make some history right now. But I watched it in a Polish neighborhood and they're all going crazy. Everybody's yelling in my face. I'm like, here's the thing. Here's my problem, Max. I can give you the fight. I can accurately say maybe he won that fight, but you can't sit here and tell me 49, 46, 49. Like, no. I was like, and everybody's yelling at me in Polish. I go, I get it. Your boy won. I understand. But let's have a conversation here. It's not a 49, 40. It's not. And then people are like, now they don't want to talk because they're like, well, you watch this shit all the time. It doesn't matter what you think. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, as long as your guy got the W, I guess that's all that matters, right?
Someone told me this. You got to look at it now as like someone that doesn't know fights. I learned this at Alpha Male. They were telling me about this. Shout out to Uriah and those guys. But he said, you got to look at like it's like some old lady watching your fight, like some mom. Who's on top? Who's doing damage? Who's aggressive? That's how you want to fight. Who does like someone that doesn't know about fights? A kid. Who do they think won? You know?
Right.
That's where you get the juice, man. I asked my son, who do you think won? He watches, and I think he did. He doesn't know about cage control and this and that. Right. And, you know what I mean? Time on the ground and stuff. Like, you got to keep it basic. Like, who won? Cut all the shit, But if you look at it like that, like, the judges don't know what they're fucking doing. Yeah. If you look at it like that, then
which is a bigger problem. If we break it down
exactly, they don't know what they're doing.
Like, if we break it down in the simplest terms, and you guys still aren't getting it right, like that's exactly why it's a problem right now.
And they get training and this and that, but I don't know, man. I don't fucking like the MMA judges. I fucking don't like any of them, really. I mean, I don't know. I might like some of them, but in general, like, they suck. At least in my head, they do. They suck. They're terrible. I've maybe lost 2 fights, bro. Maybe 3. Like, really, like that. I'm a man. I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh, fuck it. No, dude, there's guys that are like, no, I won, bro. I won. Like, no, you got your ass whooped. I'm not one of those guys. Like, I really won. Like, nah, bro. If you look at the strike counts, you look at the damage, you look at the time, you look at the fucking numbers, like, you look at all this shit. Like, Curtis Millender went to the fucking hospital after we fought, If he's a fucking pussy, I hate Curtis Millender. But sorry, you probably blurred that out. I mean, okay, fuck that.
Completely unedited.
I hate Curtis Millender. I fucking can't stand Curtis Millender, bro. But yeah, he's a sucker. But he did hit me with a nasty knee to the body. I'll give it to him. But he's like tried to steal the fight at the end. He tried to steal like a couple punches at the end of the fight and win. And he was talking shit the whole time. But he went to the hospital. His leg, his head. He was so hurt, bro. Like, and I was at the club popping bottles, like, it's like, what, I don't know, man. There needs to be something to be said about, these judges, bro. That's why I'm trying to finish everybody now. I mean, obviously you always want to finish the guy, but now I will. I was trying so hard to finish these guys, right? Because I have it in my head that you can't do the judges. So I'm tense. I'm trying to fucking kill these guys. But now they're just going to die on their own. No, knock on wood. I don't want to.
I love that. That might be my favorite line of the year. They're just going to die on their own. I absolutely love that. Obviously, a big fight. You want to add more green to that record here. And we'll leave the judges out of it if all goes according to plan for you. So how are you feeling going into this fight? I know you said like you like the matchup. Won't really say much about the opponent, but I think I know how you're feeling. But what does this fight do for you in 2021?
I had a beautiful year at the end of last year. I'm putting a lot of shit together. I'm better than I was last time. I'm better, bro.
So if you could imagine a better version of that as last time against this guy, and then a guy that I think I matched up with pretty well. I mean, he comes from a good camp, Jackson's, but I don't care. I come from.
You come from a great camp too.
Yeah, I come from a great camp. MMA Gold, Mare Nobles, Urias, Team Alpha Male, and I'm just gonna be. And I have my baby, bro, and I'm like I'm coming into my own, bro. Like, and then this guy, man, he's not a grappler, not a wrestler, kind of boxes, doesn't like pressure. Has a short reach. It's like 70.5 or 71. Mine's almost 77. I got a lot for this guy. And that's why I love the matchup. That's why I love the matchup and try to change the day, because I could waste this guy. And I'm gonna mix it up. I can't wait, bro. They put me on the main card too on ESPN for this.
Right.
Come on. You want the world to see it? They want the world to see, bro. They want the world to see. It's an honor. Like, I can't wait to fight this guy. I'm the favorite. Like, fucking finally give me some respect. Like, and the numbers are climbing. I'm more of a favorite now. Like, I was minus 130, now I'm minus 185 or whatever. Like, it's climbing. And that all don't mean shit. All that means is they predict that I'm gonna fuck him up. And
right.
I am. So yeah, man.
And then what after this fight? Like, what's the schedule like for you? Obviously, the newborn.
So to be honest, I wasn't too thrilled about this guy. I mean, as far as like a big name kind of thing, I thought you chop a guy's ear off, you're gonna, fight like a ranked guy or someone close. But my manager, I've been around Keenan Song. Like, he fought in China when Anthony Hernandez choked him out in China when I was cornering Anthony. He was there. Like, I didn't, whatever. He's okay. But so I wasn't too thrilled. But my manager said, hey, you have 2 more fights in your contract. We'll renegotiate after this big win. You have a lot of leverage after you knock this guy out and finish him, choke him out, whatever. You'll have a lot of leverage. He's beatable. You beat this guy, and then we'll have a lot of ammo. We'll get you a new contract, double your money. So I'm not looking too far past him. But he didn't want me to fight Robbie Lawler on the money I have now. I mean, I make good money, but I could be making a lot more, and I will be making a lot more. And he said, don't fight for so cheap. Renegotiate, but a better rate, and then don't give them a gift, right? They're getting a deal. They're getting a deal on me right now. They're getting a deal. I see how much some of you guys are making. Like, for doing what? Like, you haven't done anything. I've been in so many fight of the night kind of fights, and I always bring it in. Dude, I'm a fucking killer, bro. Every fight, bro. Every fucking fight. Every single one. Like, dude, entertaining, bro. So, so I'm looking forward to Saturday. Smash this guy. And then we'll go from there. After, I'll call a bunch of people out. But once I get my new contract.
You're going to sign me up for that. So I'll take a W and then a new contract for Max Griffin. And then I'm going to make a public plea to the UFC. Once they re-sign this deal, now that they're going back to Florida, probably going to Texas, if we get to like the fall of this year and all cities are welcoming back fights, Max, can you just come fight in Chicago once? Because like I don't have the money to be traveling. But if I do, so you got to come here. But unless I start making money in 2021, I just got to be in the building for one of your fights.
I'd love to, man.
That would be absolutely great. Max, thank you for all the time. It's an amazing conversation. I'm going to use the Max Griffin mentality when I go out tonight, when I'm out tomorrow, and like literally moving forward. Beautiful. No more hate. Just focus. Just be authentic.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, like when
when people are like that, they have like bad lives, bro. I'm telling you, they have like misfortune. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't just bad shit doesn't just happen. Like it does, but I've been around for a long time and I know a lot of shit. And what I've found out to be true and I've learned and read to be true is when you are in good spirits and you do like project good energy, like good shit happens, bro. I'm telling you, like when you're hating and it's not good.
Well, let's just say on a personal level, I needed this conversation, and happy for you to be back in there. Can't wait to see you fight this weekend, and all the best. Let's talk, let's not make it such a long time until we talk again, like the last time and this time.
For sure, bro.
All right, thanks, Max.
All day.